Everything happens for a reason. Focusing more heavily on the Christian aspect of this idea, in Romans chapter 8, verse 21, Paul writes about creation itself being in bondage to decay. Biblically speaking, in short, there is no longer any perfect order in the world. Although designed to be perfect, we live in a world of decay. Even Christ himself said that we will have trouble in this world. John chapter 16, verse 33. Pointing to himself, of course, as our hope. Everything happens for a reason also infers at its most Christian extreme that there is no true evil in the world. That everything that happens on earth reflects God's will. This is also antithetical to Scripture. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Even evil, the evil things we do, the evil things done to us, can be made to work for the good of those who love God. Evil itself is not good. And just because evil can be made to work for good does not mean we should ignore the evil around us and just leave it as is often suggested in God's hands. James chapter 2, verses 15 through 17. Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. You do not have grace by works. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 through 9. But faith without works is dead. It is one thing to turn and seek God in your own problems. Speaking secularly, I would even argue that it is one thing to believe a lie for yourself for a time. But when you turn others away by these types of platitudes, it is an altogether different matter. You can give people the benefit of the doubt, arguing they are just insincere or just that they don't know what else to say, but it takes a genuine lack of care and perversion of Scripture to propagate these kinds of ideas. It reveals a dead faith. And this is of important cultural relevance in our times, as we live in an era in which people are being intentionally driven against each other. People are becoming increasingly isolated. Some people are well past the breaking point. You could be pointing to Scripture as a place for them to turn to, or as a reason to lend a helping hand, but instead you pervert it. And I still have plenty more to add to this, so I hope to see you next time.